I don't know how you put it, this kind of behavior. So how to make food attractive and yet less harmful? And many times when you try to change them, ask them to change the dietary pattern, change the diet, it becomes less attractive. Hala laga na khao moi area disco net but I koi. So an anti-craving measures through dietary counseling, not psychological counseling. I mean, is that possible?
Yeah, it is 100% possible. First of all, making the food attractive, it is in very layman's term, we can say that it has to be rainbow platter diet, it has to be colorful, and people need to have a little bit of culinary skills. But as far as making the food less harmful, because we all are into this field and we have to take care of every kind of medical issue, and since this is a metabolic conclave, first of all, we straight away cannot give any kind of diet chart that you have to follow this. First of all, we have to analyze the metabolism of the person, just like sir had said, also the epigenetics, the genetics, also the environmental factors. Plus, we also have to take care of the nutritional status, because even though there are children who are obese, they have very less bone mass. The bone density itself is very less. For example, a 56 kg 7-year-old child has got just 0.6 kgs of bones. So that dangerous is obesity, and this is yeah.
So while discussing and prescribing a diet, should we deviate from the normal home kind of food which the patient has been taking for generations? Like,
yes. Then
can you ask an SMS person to change the food habit to a kind of a Western kind of fixed diet with a lot of supplements and all, or rather we should stick to the home diet only and modify it?
Home
Which
diet,
is better
yes,
approach?
home diet, home customized diet. In fact, we have to, first of all, as I said, we have to not just the nutritional status, because nowadays, even though physically people are obese, we know that there is the lean fat category also. And if we consider the obese people, and if they have this kind of metabolic problems like cirrhosis or other kind of inflammatory problems, then I especially, I do not stick to just the lipid profile or the LFT or the normal test, but I also have to consider the inflammatory markers, and along with that I have to check the electrolytes, and in case of cirrhosis I may need to take care of the albumin levels also. And having considered all these factors at the back of my mind, taking care of the kind of dietary habits of that particular family, the ethnicity of the family, then accordingly I have to prescribe. But at the same time I have to see that it has, see, counseling is very important. The food provided, the mother or the cook who is preparing the food, the way the kind it is being prepared, counseling is important. And as a dietitian, it is our responsibility that no malnutrition persists, and also the biochemical parameters are addressed, and also the patient or the client must be happy seeing the food platter. Especially it becomes even more critical in terms of the cirrhosis patient or the CKD patients. And as for the cravings, again in layman's term we can say that to reduce craving, we can say take small frequent meals, increase protein intake, good fats, and increase the fiber intake. But again, being a dietitian of 2025 and being updated whatever is going on in the medical world, I personally have taken to the root causes, as we already Lakshmi ma'am had already talked about the gut hormones. We have to see, because there are countless, there are several studies which have showed that if the gut health is fixed, if the intestinal health is fixed, then by incorporating composite probiotics, we can help the patient so that the probiotics can naturally increase the secretion of GLP-1. So by introduction of composite probiotics, we can increase the gut health, and also we cannot just keep on giving any kind of food from the top. We have to improve the digestion, the absorption, and also the secretion of the gut hormones. Then only we can suppress the cravings and also delay the gastric emptying. So we have to take care of the gut hormones. Having considered everything, then accordingly we can guide and counsel the patient to reduce the cravings.
I think here, Chainika, we also need to advise patients on two very important things. First is planning the diet. Yeah. So it shouldn't be an accidental contact with calories. So like what you're going to consume the next day, you have to plan the day ahead. so that in the morning you wake up, you don't have anything to eat, you don't have a planned breakfast, and you skip the breakfast and go to office or your place of say education. So then what happens? You did not take your breakfast, and towards the lunch you tend to be very hungry, and you take any food that you come across. So you take a roll, you take a pastry, you take a cold drink. So that is how that contributes to obesity. So one of the fundamental things in taking care of obesity through diet and nutrition is to plan your diet ahead. Never skip the breakfast.
Never skip breakfast, small fit, because we take we consider the lifestyle of the person. If the person is working or a media person or a teacher, we have to see in which period he has got a break to have what kind of food. First of all, we have to take into account the lifestyle of the person, the work schedule and everything, and then only counsel accordingly.
And here I remember a very interesting thing which Virat Kohli had said in one of the interviews, that for the last 10 years I have been consuming the same breakfast, same lunch, same dinner. So that is how we can also motivate and encourage our patients. That it is not that you have to have a variety every day of your life. With the same things which even celebrities have, we can also consume the same
Modeling. No, so this is something which is told on social media, but Virat Kohli has also done his genetic test, his gut microbiome test. So his nutritionist, Ryan Fernando is his nutritionist. So he is accordingly guiding him, but then it does not mean that he is having the same thing, but definitely varieties must be
surprised that
there.
he's a vegetarian.
Vegetarian, he became a vegetarian to reduce the inflammation in his body.
Even Sunil Chetri, who is a footballer, he is also vegetarian. That was quite a surprise for me to know.
Yes, because Plateau diet of late has turned out to be anti-inflammatory.
But then a lot of vegetarians are also always morbidly obese. Look at Gujarat and all. So actually the first round is complete. So I'll open the second round to our